I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the rise of Cornoe and we are at the moment dealing with some waste issues, which I'm keen to see this train go back so that we can see that fit. While we're at it over here though, we do need a few things. We are without drinking water, which is something we didn't necessarily contemplate in this area. Now let's have a quick look at. It's just all of it is just constantly, there's just constant issues, right? So if we built it on the other side, we may have had no problems whatsoever. But now that we've built it over here, I'm kind of wondering what our situation is with water, right? We've got a water. This is not a water pipeline. This is an oil pipeline. This is water up to here. This is water up to there. So let's quickly have a look. So if we wanted to potentially extend our water, we don't really have what it takes to do so. That's not what I want. I want this. So, water pipe, and I'm guessing sewage pipe. Okay, in order to do that, we'll just have a look at our levels quickly. I'm not sure this is going to work. What is our levels here? Come on, and I need the autosave, but man, it's annoying. 15.3. all the way to, yeah, that's never going to go up, right? If anything, we needed like over here 16.2 to, even that's not going to work, right? $16.5. We need 16.5. That's too low. Even this, man, this is crazy. And this is going to be too far away anyway. Okay, well, we've got obviously another way to fix this. We can, all of a sudden, let me just grab one of these things. I think a slightly, just like a pump like this. Should be able to make that work. Okay, so we'll tie that one in over there. And then we'll do what we need. What is this? Switch splitter. No, what I'm after is probably something like this, right? So we'll do this one here. We'll do the water splitter. Which is, I think, this one. Yeah, that's the smallest one we've got. Do that one there. And then we will do the sewage thing here and the water thing. Not the switch, but in fact the substation. Kind of right over there, right? That should do the trick, right? So now if we come in here and we say, no, let's tie in from there to there. That's okay. And if we look at, and similarly, we can then tie in from there to there. So that's fine. And then for sewage, we're running this one in here, which is fine. Exactly right. And that one in there. And that gives us some ability to still extend it to wherever we want to go if we wanted to. Now, that's 500,000. But I guess we will go ahead and pay for this infrastructure because we need it like right now. At the same time, we may just want to have a quick look at connecting a few of these things up so that we can, in fact, maintain them. Okay, and that should get us going, right? So now all of this should We should have water and the likes in here. Now, let's bring a vehicle over here. My goodness, I can't actually see anything. Can we see the end of that? Okay, now bring me this vehicle to come and work this site for me, please. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need to find whoever is distributing some of these things. Oh, and we would like to just at least extend it a little bit so we're actively servicing most vehicles in this area, including anything down here potentially. So let's just extend it to like 3 kilometers or something. So that should be okay. But what we do need to do is here we are after plastics, mechanical components, electronics, and all of those things basically. Okay, so we would like to limit amounts, and we'll say so none of this, no, none of that, none of that. We want 20 that, 0, 0, 0, 20, 20, 20, 20, 10, 0. What is the thing we need more of? Mechanical components, plastics. Let's make that 25, and we'll make this 25, right? Something like that. Save that in there. Is that reasonable amounts? I think so. I think that's reasonable amounts to at least get us going on some stuff. Now, we do need to get our distribution on, and I'm not too sure who our local distribution is, but maybe it's this side. Maybe we start getting better with distribution from this direction. So this guy is doing... This guy is basically running distribution. So we've got steel here, and we've got everything else we need in here, right? We've got the fabrics, we've got everything else. So what we'll do is we'll run distribution, waste transport between open storages. You need a flatbed truck. Why am I'm not moving waste storage, right? Anyway, that's fine. So let's just add to the distribution channel this area here. So we'll go, we've got it paused, right? There and there. So if we go with those two, this one, we want like to unload all of the, whatever you've got there. But for the actual repair station, we're missing a vehicle. So let's just leave that one switched off for a minute until we get a bit of a flatbed in there. So grab me a flatbed truck. We do not have one. What's on the list here? We don't have them on the list even? Got refrigerated trucks and everything in there, so let's just trim that back, and what we'll do is we'll add some more blueprints to the mix here. So let's grab a few ambulances. Well, anyway, and we need open holes, so grab me at least 8 open holes, I guess. Give me some buses. Anything else? I've got most of them in there. Yeah, I think buses is probably important. Anyway, that's okay. Let's leave it as that. We have vehicles here standing ready to go. Oh, really? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to buy one. I'm just going to buy one over here so we can actually make it happen. Ooh, look at this. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So, give me open hull. Show, not oil tankers, but open hulls instead. Grab me the vehicle of choice. Grab me just the one, I think. And now we'll go back and have a look. These guys now, apparently, Liverpool General Goods. But I guess you don't have those in there. If you wanted to, you don't have it. So unload over here steel. So okay, so if with all of that in mind, that should now be quite workable. So this guy should immediately jump into effect and start moving. Right? You're not taking steel? Material pickup. Right, it's this one. There is steel here, right? There it goes. There it goes. Just took a minute to get us there. But there it goes. So that's good. Now, what I'm also seeing is over here. Oh, look at that. That's looking beautiful. Beautiful little park here. All of this is up and running. We don't have power here, right? What? We've got workers? Have they been able to walk all the way from there? I like it. I like it a lot. We don't have power here, right? No power, no drinking water. Which is something we're working on, right? Can I just make sure? Oh, this isn't even connected. That's why, partly why we've got this issue. So let's quickly... Actually, what I'm going to do, let's just extend that one straight through there. I'll go and do this, and we'll pay for those, okay? What I might do is I might just pay for this one. And let's have a look. How much is this going to cost us to finish it off? Almost nothing. So we'll pay for that. So this should now have power. There's no goods to sell. It's not have any drinking water. Let's have a look. What's the situation with the drinking water over here? This guy is not getting constructed because it's not connected. So let's pay for that. It's a tiny little amount. It should still not have drinking water because I guess we don't have what we need here. So let's just... pay for, well, that wasn't really necessary. But anyway, these guys are doing their thing. But what we'll need here is we'll need something for drinking water. And similarly, this is a sewage switch and a sewage switch. So what we need to do is get a couple of things in here. So I guess let's just do one of the water substations. I think right here is okay. And then one of the sewage stations, I think over there is okay. And what we'll try and do is let's just try and get this to start working over there. Beautiful. Let's make sure to give them some paths here and there. Okay. And at the same time, I will go ahead and pay for that. So presumably this is water, and this should be taking on some stuff, but this isn't properly connected. So let's just pay for the rest of this network section here. Oops. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pay for this. I want to pay for that, and I want to pay for this. Okay, and then that should mean that this guy should not be backing up. Right? It seems to be backing up because I'm guessing something is without power, right? Oh, this is working. This is working. Ooh. This is working. This is working. That's working. So it should be working. Let's just go back. From here, it gets pumped up. Let's go through here. That's working. I guess we've got somewhere something that's not done or not powered. Operating without issues. This one? Operating without issues. And here it's definitely working. So I don't know what the issue is here. That really should be working. We'll keep a little eye on it. It seems to be... No, it's working. It's working. It is working. Okay, so now, no one here should have any issues, right? Now we can start the distribution process from right over here. We'll add that spot to the mix. Pause it. Pop it in there. Say, no. You go ahead and unload whatever it is that you need over here. Ooh, hang on. Limit the amounts. So, 0, 0, 0, 0, 50, 25, 0, 0, 0, 25, and 0. How does those numbers look like? 17. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? That's all we need. Okay, and then on this side, we've got the meat. Okay, so hopefully. Okay, now we just need more trucks to come in here. So I'll go ahead and grab some extra trucks to do that trick for us. But that should give us our very first little slither of things up and running. So I'm quite keen on starting some of these things. There's still plenty for us to build, but I guess now we've got room for us to make a start of our new area here. So I'll do a little bit of urban planning in this episode where we try and sort out this a little bit more. One crime has been reported here, which is obviously no police stations just yet. We've got barely anybody working here. So we will need a fire station and the likes over there. Is this up and running yet, or it's still completely... yeah, we've got nothing delivered here just yet, so that should be okay. What I did want to have a look at is... Yeah. The long train is here. And it's just loading up. Let's speed things up a little bit. I'll quickly have a look at this, and then I'll go and do the planning on the other side. Come on. Here comes another train. And I guess if there's another train, it'll stop. Had to do so much work here to try and get this to work. Okay, this guy is slowly getting there. They're both loading. We should be able to... Wow. We're barely closing this stuff out, right? But at least yeah, so there we go. We've done that. So now we should be bringing this down. And then again, these are filling up there, but at least we're equally as quickly loading up the train. And we're making a bit of a win here. I like it. I like the fact that our waste management is now starting to get under control a little bit more. Not enough wardens at the prison. It's a problem, but not a problem I'm going to stop everything else for to try and have a look at it. Let's have a look and keep this all going. When is this train actually going to fill up? It's almost there. This one, not too far behind it. But I guess we've got enough capacity. Plus, we've got some room for trains to wait. And I guess waiting on this section of line is really not that much of a problem. We rarely have a train, I think, running through this side anyway. I guess now it's pretty good. That one is moving out. No problems. We are actively dealing with it. So I guess no waiting here at all. So there should be another train getting here pretty soon. To continue the loading of stuff. Now that one's done. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. Okay, now I wanted to add some more vehicles to the mix. So I'll grab this one and that one. No, not this is Stern. The big covered trucks. I'll take these two and we'll move them to this area to be doing a little bit more work for us. This area, that should be pretty good. We should start seeing some goods to be sold. We've got meat available. We don't have anything else available, but we've got meat available at least. What we'll do is we'll get some biological waste containers going on over here, and that should be okay, right? Yeah. So this guy should have at least there's some stuff already popping in. Okay, good. Now let's start looking at what we can do. So I'm thinking, yeah, here they come. They work here. So we do need like police stations and the likes. So let's grab those first. So if we go with emergency, we need a big hospital here. Do we go with the big boy hospital? Wow, it's enormous. I like it though. Is that the same one we're planning out over here? It seems to be. So let's not do that one. Let's do something else that's also enormous. What's our next best one? 240. Not sure I like that hospital design though. So 240 or 180, and then we've got. So let's have a quick look at the 240 hospital. I'm not sure I like it. It's not quite nice to be honest. Maybe we'll just do the big boy. Maybe we'll just go ahead and do the big guy here as well. Right, if we've got the room for it. I'm not even sure we do. Yeah, let's go with the slightly smaller one, which is this one. Wow. Actually, to be honest, we don't necessarily need that size hospital. So what's the next step down? So from 180, we've got 90, 60, 90. 90 seems to be about right. So the 90 option here, I think, is a reasonable one. So if we were, well, we want it to be pretty center, right? So I'm thinking something like that, because this is kind of in the middle of everything. If we plan it out over here, we should be able to get people there. So let's go ahead and tie it in. Yeah, I'm comfortable to do that. I'm going to pay for that so the guys can start the construction process. At the same time, I may quickly continue this pathing here. Yeah, so and we'll just pay for that as well. Now we should be able to do a little kindergarten in here, I think, or something at least. If we go back to this and grab ourselves smallish kindergarten. No, that's not going to work there. If we align it up like this, it should work in this spot. So we'll try and do a few little things in this area. So that's a kindergarten. We'll do a school that I'm not a big fan of the long school like that. This is too big. So we'll just do the smaller school, I guess. We'll make that very same trick and put it in like this. Can we grab ourselves a cultural building or two? Well, we need a police station, so let's maybe do that. I want a fairly large police station. What is this? This is 40. Yeah, I like that idea for the police station over there. Actually, let me cancel that. We'll bring it a little bit further away so that there's a slightly bit more room there. If I go back, get the police station again, we'll get that one. We want to line it up like, say something like that, right? Bit more room there. So we'll get the police station in there. We've got the hospital, we've got the police station. Now we need a bit of a fire station as well. So let's grab ourselves a reasonably sized fire station. And like that. Okay, we'll do that. I'm not sure the rest of this will work. We'll pay for these so we can get some construction going. I said I'll pay for that one, right? We'll get that one paid. So now all of that should be working. We'll get a few paths up and running over here. If I did that and that, we'll do so, and we'll pay for that. Excellent. So now that can start construction. So at least that's some of our services. What other services would we need? So we've got a school, we've got a kindergarten. We don't have a university. What is this guy? smallish medical university, or do we need one of these big boys? I think so. I like it. We'll get one of those guys in there, a nice big one over there. Okay, we'll tie this one in. Paying for that so that the construction can start. All of that is nice and underway. It's a little bit further away. I'm not sure we're going to have workers and the likes in there just yet, but at least it'll make its way here in time. I'm thinking we need a few kind of a few bigger buildings in here, kind of make this a reasonable spot. Maybe not the biggest ones, but obviously we want them nearby here. So let's try and have a look at that. We do have some power and water and the likes going on over here. What other services would we need? I'm just thinking, before we get carried away, let's add an extra. See, this bothers me tremendously that we can't do some proper tie-ins over there. Let's just pay for these two. Yeah, so we're going to potentially have some issues with people connecting to this spot. Anyway, that's fine. We'll get to that in a minute. Production is stopped. What is this? This is Stubby Vehicle Production Line. Okay, we'll have a bit of a look at that in a minute. We've got water here, so that's not a problem. So that can continue. What other services do we need? We do need some cultural facilities. So maybe a Republic Theater. Yeah, a Republic Theater could be a reasonable building. See, that's not a bad spot right there. Give me this one. We'll tie that in there. Pay for that. We're not going to build it on that side. We'll keep running this pathway straight through here, I think. Okay, so that's it. So we've got the Republic Theater. What other citizen services do we need? Crime and justice. We've got the police station. Oh, we need some of these guys. We need the secret police. Tax administration. Nah. Is it a nice looking building? Let's get secret police. Oh, we're heading into winter yet again, so we'll get some secret police right over here, I guess. That's good. We'll get that moving. Give me a little bit of a road connection in there. That should be fine. We'll make that work. I'll pay for that one. Yeah, winter is on us. Winter is going to be on us any minute now. Do we have everything we need over here? Yeah, people can now start moving in here. Okay, so I guess that's the basics of what we need in this area. Now we can start having a little bit of a look at some other things. Let's just have one more quick look. Do we need anything else in here? We don't need an orphanage. We've got a university coming. We've got these two. We don't necessarily need, but we might add that in the future, but that's not an immediate requirement. If we go over here, we do have some cultural activity. We don't have sports. So let's grab ourselves some sports facilities. So that's the indoor pool. I'm gonna line it up like so. And we'll tie this one in right over here. Pay for that. Okay, the rest can start happening. That's the indoor pool, and I'm thinking at least one big sports facility. We need a ton of other kind of servicey thingies, but at least one big sporting area, sports hall or something. Palace of Dynamo, I guess yes, right? So if we were to squeeze this one in Where? I think yes. I think yes, we'll do that. We'll do the Palace of Dynamo over there, so at least we've got some of this moving. We'll get that little slither built, and we'll tie this one in, and we'll tie that one in, and we'll pay for those. So at least now all of that is going. Okay, so that gives us some things to work with. Now, let's get ourselves some initial building. So this guy is 147 people. These are 180. These are 160. These are big. I don't necessarily think those are what we're going for. I don't like the quality of these being under 80. So under 80 is a problem. 85. So I guess these are reasonable here. 180. I think this is the bit of the style that we might be after here. Got slightly larger ones here at like 92. That's 87 at 200. Maybe we'll see about squeezing in some of this, right? So we can get one of these over here. But I don't necessarily want that, right? So what else do we have? This guy is 185 at 80%. Yeah, I guess this is more the style that I'm after. What was that size? 206, 180, 220, 220. I'm not opposed. Let's do one there. And if we try and line them up exactly the same. Let's do one here, and we could even get, well, now if we do exactly this, we'd get one in there as well. So I guess that's about right? So now we've got our first buildings in here to start the process. Everybody should have access to everything they need. So let's do that. Let's get these guys tied in. I think the first instance is for us to do something like this. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. I'm just thinking, let me clear out this. And the plan actually is going to be, I'm going to run this pathway down here. And what we'll do is we'll try and do this, right? I can tie this through there. Do I need to, though? Do I need to is the question, right? Do I need to tie it in beyond that, right? I think not. I think I could rather do some trees in here because we've already got some stuff happening here. Presumably we don't even need that path, right? But what we'll do is we'll clear that one out. We'll build these, right? And so that's going to give us some initial action points. We'll tie this in. We'll tie that in. We'll tie this in. Potentially we'll leave a little bit of room on this side. We could run a little path down here to tie it in like that. We'll pay for that. We'll tie this one in, tie that one in. We'll tie this one in over there, and we'll pay for all of those. Similarly, we'll pull this in here. That's not going to work. We'll do that. We'll pay for all of those. So at least we're going to start getting things together. Now, what we don't have here is a road. Is a road spot where we're picking up some garbage, right? So let's quickly look into that. If I wanted to pick up garbage somewhere, can we do it here? It's close. Just see. We get it to work. No, we can't actually get that to work. We could get this to work. Yeah, okay, so maybe what we'll do is we'll do this. And at the same time, we'll then go ahead and tie that one in there. We'll go and tie this one in there and try and maximize our access points here. So let's do that. Build this one. I'll pay for this one just so I can kind of keep an eye on who's accessing it and who's not. So we've got 2 of them picked up plus the police station over here. So let's just make sure we are providing some biological waste area. So we still need something on this side, and we've got other buildings here that could benefit from it as well. So if we go and grab another, can we squeeze it in? We can. So strictly speaking, this should be workable. Okay, so that should work. And if I grab a little pathway through here. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll do that one. We'll pay for all of those. We'll pay for this one, and we will have a bit of a look at... Anyway, pay for this thing as well and grab some extra biological waste containers and just have a look at who's connecting to it. Yeah, that's a reasonable area. Okay, that's good. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, this is already done. We need staff and things. Of course we do. Of course we do need staff and things. We'll give ourselves a little path there. We'll give ourselves a path here. Oh, we didn't actually have access. So we'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. So we'll try and maximize connectivity. We can do the same thing over here and just do all of those paths. And now, let's have a look. The train is waiting too long. I'll have a look at that if I can. Yeah, we want to sort this out straight away. Why are you waiting for what exactly? You want to... I don't think there's an issue. You should just be going. I don't know why you're waiting, so just ignore the red light and go forward. Again with the red light. So what is the issue? No, there's no issue here. You shouldn't have any issues, right? Just a glitch. That is just a glitch. Because you're only trying to get in here. There's nothing actually to worry about. Beautiful. Okay, that's fine. No problems whatsoever. Oh, we've got workers. We don't have much else, but we've got some workers there. Excellent. So this is bringing us workers at quite a reasonable pace now. So we've got doctors and we can treat patients, and we've got obviously needing some vehicles to come on over here. We do have some level of nearby fuel station, but let's pop in here and see. I wanted to have a quick look. We've got... certainly should have some ambulances around, right? We don't? Oh, we've got these guys. Good. Who's doing what? Remove that. Oh, so remove this one. Get us some more ambulances. So we've actually gone through this thing already. Okay, let's have a quick look here. So automatic replacement, what are we after? There's tons of these guys ready to go. We need more of them. Okay, so we'll build a few of those. We've got buses, open hulls. We need more open hulls because they're being replaced pretty quickly. We've got snow plows ready to go, quite a few of them. We've got police cars. We've got those. Yeah, so we're actually in pretty good shape with this. So I guess... ambulances? Yeah, the ambulances are all good, right? Buses... yeah, buses are good too. So let's pop that one out. Now let's pop in here and say, give me open holes, not that we know of. So we need, what do we need? Dumpers. We need dumpers. So grab dumpers. Well, let's build ambulances, and then we need some dumpers, please. Okay. Yeah, the dumpers are the oldest. 17. We've got these guys ready to go. We need some of these guys. We need some of these excavators. Rollers are in a bit of demand, and these guys. Anything else that's pretty old? Yeah, the rest seems okay. We need some loggers. Okay. So we'll grab a logger or two because we don't need many of them. Okay, so let's grab a logger. Or actually, that's open hole, right? So let's grab 2 loggers, please. And then from there, we need some cars. So let's get personal cars. We need a few of these. Give me about 4, 5, 6 of them. And then we don't necessarily need those flatbeds anymore. We could do with a few more. Let's grab. Okay, so if we said waste trucks, we'll grab a few more of these excavators. We need give me 8 excavators. We need bulldozers. Give me 8 bulldozers, please. That's good. We'll get that going on. And we are building buses, right? So let's grab a few more buses as well. I think that should hold us over for the time being. Got plenty of these. We may as well add a few more covered holes to the mix as well. Okay, so that's a good another stroke of things that needs to be built, and there's a fair bit of room there for that to be built. Are we out of... It is actually building all of this stuff. Happy for them to just be standing there, to be honest. But yeah, we could sell some more. We could do another round of selling stuff. I'd prefer not to, though. This is looking good. Where are things burning? Sasselgrad Refinery. This shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, here they come. And they should have workers. Yeah, temperature is low, but we do have the workers ready to go. Is this guy doing anything? Building is without drinking water? Why? For some reason, this was never built. And either was this. We go underground and just make sure everything is now being built. Okay. Nothing to repair, seriously? You've got everything you need, right? So all of these guys should now be ready, repaired, all of the lights, everything should be fine. Okay, good. Okay. I think we're almost getting to the end of this episode, but we do need some ambulances over here. Another train waiting too long. Is this the same spot? No, it's somewhere else. It's at the Sasselgrad Refinery. Waiting is okay. I think it's because of the waste truck, a waste train, right? I don't quite know why. Oh, there's multiple trains doing their thing here. Seems okay, right? Seems okay. Not a big problem. Okay, things looking okay. This building should have been built, yeah? And everybody is ready to go. We've got everything we need. Pretty good spot here. It's still saying it's got capacity problem. I guess it's because of these things. These things can draw enormous amounts of power, but also not, right? At the moment, saying not that much, actually. Fine. But I guess we're not in trouble with regards to those items. All of this should be nice and full all the time, and these guys should be running. I think we didn't have any further power problems since we've shuffled our lines. And if you look at this guy is... Well, they're coming in thick and fast. But again, our trains are actually are now doing it quicker than these guys can bring them in. So I think we're in a good spot there. Now, here, question mark was, I think what we'll do, how much can we get for this guy? Only 2 million, 2.4 million. It's not bad to sell these guys, especially if we don't need them straight away. Selling them might be a reasonable idea. I might park one of them over here. I'd like to keep an extra train ready. Did we built another one, right? We built a new depot somewhere. Here it is. Oh, here we go. These are trains that we're no longer using, right? They're pretty old as well. Okay, so let's I was kind of wondering whether they'll reuse them. I built this depot. What I'll do is let's grab one of these guys and move it. Oh, it's full. It's full of trains that we want to break down these trains, right? Do I know how old they are? This is 23. This is 23. This is 23, 20, almost 23. These are two young ones. So I guess what I'll do as a starting point is let's get rid of these older ones. So let's just move you to there, please, and the next one as well. We'll move these first two over here. First stop is unreachable. I'm sure you are reachable in due course, right? Okay, so we'll get two of them out of the way. What I'll do is I'll grab one of these guys and we'll pop it in there, okay? And then I'll send the other train around to go and sell some stuff again. I'll grab you and I'll just say, make a start, do a quick run, go and sell a couple of vehicles so we get a few more things in there. Heating problems, not the end of the world, because it's typically some of these facilities that are getting the heating issues. Whoa, what's going on here? Cannot export construction waste. Yeah. What? Why not? What's the issue? So you're full up, right? Okay, who's picking up over here? We should have someone picking up over here, right? I guess it's this guy, or it's these guys. Loading here and taking it here. Fill it up, buddy. And then you are moving it out, right? Okay, so this guy is not quite doing the trick. We need at least one more of these guys. So can I like the look of it. So if I go here and I say, please pick this one for me, you should be able to. Yeah, let's squeeze another one in right over here. I'm going to pay for this one. I'm not sure. Pay for that. Pay for this. And this guy, I would like to just copy all of this, right? Copy tasks and paste it here, right? And what do we need here? We need dumpers, right? We don't have dumpers in stock, so let's buy a few dumpers. Okay. So hopefully they will jump straight into action. Yeah? Yes, no, maybe? So why are you What is this? This is dumpers, right? What's the issue here? It's doing exactly the same thing as the other guy. There they go. Okay. Keep running, guys. We need to close these out. We need to move more and more of this stuff straight away. Yes, I don't understand why you're not keep going. Oh, I guess you know what? It's because the other side of this has Oh no. Grab me this guy, copy this. Hang on, it's everything there. Move it there. Make sure we've got all of that copied. It's because this guy has very limited storage, right? And there's a couple of things already there. Okay, I've had another crash, so I'm a little annoyed because the game is seemingly resulting in way more crashes than I would like. So let's just have a quick look here. If I go and have a look at this guy, so I'm starting to have some trouble with this. So let's just go and view this building. So I guess what we should be doing is instead of unloading at the building itself, what we'll do, let's pause it for a second. We'll actually unload over here. Right, so we'll unload there instead of unloading at the building. So this Vasistavi Industrial Aggregate Storage. So let's leave this linked and we'll just say, so this guy is only metal scrap, right? So that's the one there. And on the other side, the gravel recycling plant has this one here. So what I'll do is I will effectively, instead of going directly to the buildings, we go to these two, right? And they all already have assigned what they need to go into. But at least there's more storage there available. So hopefully that means all of the trucks should immediately jump into action and go and deliver the stuff, right? Yeah, I guess that is it. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy the tasks and I'll go and paste them in there. So hopefully that means they're going to run a little bit more effectively and start moving these things through a little bit quicker. I guess this is all starting to, move now. Okay, so that's good. Okay, that is good. Guys, I'm going to end the episode there and I will see you in the next episode where we will continue to build out whatever this is. But yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. We can start moving in some vehicles here. I am guessing that I'm missing out on waste storage. But anyway, we'll start having a look at that. Everything here is starting to be built pretty effectively. I think we need a bus station in here for these guys to actually come and get their people over here. And then we'll stop that craziness over there in terms of what we're doing. But maybe like a nice central bus station over here is not a bad idea for us to kind of pick up the construction guys. They're coming in from over here. So maybe this area here is the good spot for it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.